Hey, I'm Nick from Dorman Products, and this is our coolant level sensor for Mack MR trucks. The MR is a hard-working cab over that's used almost exclusively in the hauling business. Trash trucks lead hard lives, running for many hours every day in low-speed, stop-and-go scenarios that can really tax the cooling system. Adequate information about the coolant level is critical to operators keeping the truck working as much as possible without damaging the truck due to overheating. Often, though, these trucks wind up in limp mode or with warning lights illuminating on the dash because of this part, the coolant sensor. We've seen folks defeat this sensor using zip ties or mounting them upside down remotely, and while that does keep the truck running, it allows the coolant level to go completely unmonitored. And unless the operator is very diligent in checking it manually, it's just a matter of time until a problem crops up, and that problem will be an expensive one. When we analyzed this piece, we found that the factory unit has a few issues. The most noticeable issue here is that the float on the sensor has a pretty limited range of travel. We've heard from a lot of fleets that this makes it too sensitive, creating false negatives due to the fluid sloshing around. Another issue that you can't see is what happens to the entire unit after repeated heating and cooling cycles in boiling coolant. The material from which this original sensor is made becomes porous, and that porosity can lead to the float becoming coolant logged and not performing correctly, since it becomes heavier than it was originally designed to be. So we fixed it. Specifically, we OE fixed it, which is when we offer a part that's better than what you can get from the manufacturer. The first thing our engineers did was increase the sweep area of the float. The original float travels just over a ½ inch. Our new design features over 5½ inches of float travel, meaning that the normal coolant slosh won't affect the sensor's output. We also made the sensor from stainless steel, which is not subject to the porosity the original sensor can succumb to. Up top, the sensor head is fully potted to keep the coolant, water, and other contaminants out. And for our final trick, we gave the sensor a harness, since the original must be indexed. The result is a vastly superior sensor that's a bit easier to install than the factory unit. We hope you enjoy this new solution. And remember, if you need anything at all, the Dorman technical support team is always there to help. Thanks for checking out our video on this coolant level sensor. I'm Nick, and I'll see you next time.